With over 60 miles of trails, 2,000 acres of conservation land, and another 3,000 acres of municipal purposes land, the affluent bedroom community of Weston, Massachusetts has access to a large managed earth system. Primarily two organizations, the Weston Department of Public Works and Landsake Farm, manage this land on behalf of the town for recreational, ecological, and municipal purposes. The Department of Public Works manages the 3,000 acres of municipal purposes land for recreational activities like the sports field complex containing College Pond for wintertime skating, or for more vital activities like the town dump where garbage and brush is processed. With a staff of over 100 people, they also take a vital role in the maintenance of the school properties. They are funded directly through the local and state government and utilize this earth system to primarily provide the basic needs to this community of 12,000 people. Here we are with Dave Quinn, Operations Manager for Landsake Farm. He's going to tell us about what they do out there in Weston, Mass.
Yeah, so I work for Landsake, which is a small nonprofit in Weston. And Weston has about 2,000 acres of permanently protected conservation land, and Landsake's role is to actively manage that land on behalf of the town and the community members. So we have a farm, we have a forestry program, and we have a number of educational programs. My role is primarily to work with our forestry branch. And we depend on the environment for pretty much everything we do. When we harvest trees, when we can mow fields, when we can produce maple syrup. So it's really an integral part of everything that we do. And really our role is to actively manage the land, but then also teach community members about that and how important the environment around them is.
Weston began as a retreat from the stuffiness of Boston back in the 1800s, and today still tries to maintain that character of a rural New England farming town. Both the Department of Public Works and Landsake use this localized earth system to create an enhanced standard of living for its residents through trails, preserve forest land, and access to local agricultural and wood resources, and it seems to be working. Property values for this area start in the millions and go upward from there, meaning that the community has access to a large tax base and a wealthier demographic. There are many criticisms of managing such a complex earth systems, however. As a past employee of Landsake, I know that there are many people in town who are upset that a portion of their tax dollars fund a community-supported farming and forestry operation that has little benefit for them. They feel, for example, that the conservation that is actively used for agricultural purposes could be better utilized for residential land development, which would decrease their property taxes. This piece of property that we're on right now is one such place. It was privately owned by the Case family, given to Harvard University, and was recently purchased by the town from Harvard for $22.5 million. Now that the town owns this 65-acre piece of land, there has been much debate as to what to do with it. Some would like to make it part of Landsake's agricultural activities, while others would like to sell it to a private developer. The issue is further complicated by the fact that high levels of lead and other heavy metals were found during the first few months of ownership. In conclusion, despite having adequate monetary resources to manage this earth system, there's still much debate about how the Department of Public Works and Landsake can use the system to best benefit the residents of Weston. The barn you see before you is a perfect example. It was used during the 40s and 50s to teach Weston boys about agricultural practices. Today, it sits vacant in a struggle between Harvard University and the town of Weston. Who knows when it'll be next utilized for agricultural purposes or land development purposes. I guess it goes to show you that money doesn't always buy earth systems happiness.